Okay, so let's do some examples of composing two functions together. So let's say that we begin with this pair. I've got f of x, which is equal to 3x plus 4, and we'll pair that up with another function here in red called g of x, which is negative 2x plus 7. Okay? Now, if I asked you to find f of g of x, okay, you see that the red function g appears inside the parentheses of the function f in black. Now, this function f in black will take its input and it will multiply that input by 3 and then add 4 more. So in this expression, g is our input. So we will take that input, multiply it by 3, and then add 4 more. Okay? But you see that g in red is the expression negative 2x plus 7, and then added with 4 more. Okay, so again, the actions of f in black are expressed in black. The input is still that expression in red. And now we're going to apply those actions. We're going to distribute. We get negative 6x plus 21 plus 4. That gives me negative 6x plus 25. Okay? And that is your brand new composition of f with g. Okay? And if you want to now plug in numbers, okay, I can plug in a value, a x value of, let's say, 2. Now that 2 can be inserted into that new expression that we've just created. So now it'll be negative 6 times the input of 2, and then we will add 25 more. Okay? So that will now give us negative 12 plus 25, which is 13. Okay? Now, I could also ask you to find the composition of g with f. Okay? So I would read this expression how? G of f of x. Okay? Now, if I read this expression going from inside out, that means that the x's were inserted into the function f. You got a f value, which was then inserted into the function g. Alright? So now, that f in black is acting as the input for the red function. And now you've got what? You have to take that input, multiply it by negative 2, then add 7. Okay? So, you're going to take f, which is the input, multiply by negative 2, and then add 7. Okay? So again, the actions of the function g are written in red. The input is the f in black. So now, keep doing that. The function f is this polynomial expression here. 3x plus 4, then add that with 7, and we get negative 6x minus 8 plus 7, which gives us negative 6x minus 1. Okay? Alright, let's do one more pair of functions, and that'll be it for this video. Okay, so now, let's take f to be the function x squared plus 1, and let's let g now be the function 3 over x. Okay, so if I ask you to find f of g again, okay, now you've got g as your input, but this function is going to take that input in red and it's going to square it now. Okay, that's the first action f does to its inputs, and then it will add one more, But g in red is that fraction, 3 over x, quantity squared, plus 1. Okay, now apply that power. You get 9 over x squared plus 1. But that, when you find the common denominator, that'll give you 9 plus x squared over x squared. Okay? And the next one, let's find g of f of x. Okay? So what does g do to its input? Well, g will take the number 3 and it will take 3 and divide it by whatever your input is. So remember, that denominator for your output is the exact same thing as your input. So now my input is f of x, so it's 3 divided by f of x there. Okay, so now you've got 3 divided by f, but f is that fraction, is that expression, x squared plus 1. Okay, and that is your brand new function, g of f of x. All right, hope that helps.